Hello to all of our friends out there. We're coming to you from Star Cottage Studio. This is William and Andrew in the background.
Howdy.
From Allegory Gallery. And we're a little bit late today. And we're late because we had an emergency pellet stove meeting.
You almost burned down the house, y'all.
Pretty much. Thankfully that chute that all the pellets come down is long because it was burning up in there, and it had a full thing of pellets. So if it would have burned up higher, it would have burned the whole thing in the back of pellets. So when we say it's like danger time, it was danger time. So I did not, I put up posts saying on Facebook that we were going to be late today twice. And I got my hands a little bit clean, but I don't know if I hope I don't have any marks on my face. My face was a mess. So if you're just tuning in, we were going to be here at 5. We had a pellet stove issue. Our pellet stove backed up. Sometimes this can happen if there's too much dust. There was a lot of dust in the pellets, but also what happens is if the air intake gets closed too far, it doesn't burn fast enough or hot enough, and the pellets actually get congested up in the chute that they come down. And what happened is they got backed up all the way to the auger. The auger stopped turning, which is what slowly turns to push the pellets up into the chute. And it started backing up. And then the machine says, whoa, whoa, and it shuts itself down. So thankfully it shut itself down. And our friend Barb was here shipping today, and she had just put in pellets, and she's like, it just made a lot of noise and shut itself down. And I'm like, oh no.
Do you think it's because you gave it extra? You the other day when we
extra what?
When the pellets, remember when we were almost out and then you ran over here and then you like push extra for the auger?
No, I always have to push extra when it goes out on its own. See what happens if it runs out of pellets and it shuts down on its own, which it does when it runs out. There's no pellets in the auger anymore. So you have to hold down the auger button to get the auger to push all the pellets up to the top, or else it doesn't get enough pellets to think that it's starting up improperly and it shuts itself down. No, the issue with this is I think I bumped the air intake with a pellet bag at one point a few days ago, and I pulled it back out to where I thought it normally was. And if you don't pull that out far enough, they don't burn hot enough, and sometimes they can do that. They jam up. So either I bumped it or maybe someone else bumped it, because I know Barb puts pellets in and stuff too. Bumped it a little close. It seemed like it was open far enough. It's what it normally is, but I open it extra now. So it's it might burn a little faster, but for now, until we get it settled down and make sure it's working, it's going to stay like that for a little bit.
Yeah, the temperature has been dropping, so...
Yeah, well, the reason this was all like on my brain today, I went and got pellets today because we were out. We went down to our last bag. We had to get pellets today.
We need to borrow a bag.
We borrowed a bag. We borrowed 2 bags from my mom, actually.
We need to bring her too.
And she said, don't worry about it. She burns them a lot slower than we do. So we bought a ton, literally.
Imagine that insulation.
I know. Literally, we bought 1 ton of pellets today. It's 50 bags. We take 30 and my mom takes 20 because she doesn't need as many. And so I was going to go over to her house and deliver the pellets and be all good. And before the cold weather came, because it's supposed to get really cold and wet tomorrow. And my mom said, don't worry about it. She doesn't need hers after all this. I'm like, I can run them tonight. She's like, no, bring them Tuesday. That's my day at my other job. She lives close to there. So I'm going to deliver those then. But I carried in all the pellets and loaded up all the pellets. So that was a day. And then I sent out an email today about our Design Challenge mixes. If you haven't heard about those over the last few days, you should have gotten an email about that if you're on our email list. Also, if you're on our text message list, I sent out a text message about those too. So we've had a few orders since then. So thank you all for that. But yeah, today I literally leaving the house today, I was like, oh, it's one of those days I just feel like I don't want to leave the house. Like, and I'm not normally like that. Like, normally I like to get out once a day and go somewhere, whether it's the store or the cottage. But today I was like, oh, I just don't feel like leaving. Now I know why. Now I know why. But it's a good thing I did because I got the pellets, which means we'll stay warm, and I fixed the pellet stove. Because what happened is when all the pellets got jammed up, the auger got jammed up and it wasn't turning. So I didn't want to strip the motor, so I shut everything down again, emptied everything out, and I'm in there like taking a little piece of copper wire and trying to jam out pellets. Thankfully, they fell out because they were just jamming it up, and the auger wasn't broken. Knock on wood, still working. So yeah, that's been my day. I'm a little bit messy. My hair is messy because I've been like looking up under in pellet stove world, and but I did get my hands clean a little bit. A little bit. We had some water from the dehumidifier. Oh yeah, and when I was cleaning out the pellet stove, I was vacuuming out ashes, which I always do to clean it out. And apparently, one of those ashes was still an ember. And so out of the back of my vacuum cleaner, because we have one of those little tiny shop vacs, it's about this big, out of the back of it started shooting flames, which was real nice. So I shut that down immediately, opened it up, and the filter was on fire from all that nice air intake, giving that cinder nice time to burn. So I dunked that in the water that we did have. And thankfully, we had a little bit more in the dehumidifier for me to wash my hands. So we need to get a new filter for our little shop vac. Right now, it's using a paper towel, which worked really well, thankfully. But yeah, it's been an interesting afternoon / evening. How is everyone out there doing? How are you all doing?
I need to ring some bells and throw some sage or something.
I know. This day was not what I expected.
Mine's been pretty good.
Andrew's been having a good day. He came home just as I was starting to wake up and came to bed, and he's having a nice day.
I mean, I
got some
I wouldn't
rest.
say nice necessarily, but it wasn't stressful.
My day was stressful. And in amongst all that, I still didn't finish filling out the form that I have to fill out that they sent me to get our car, which was keyed, repaired. So I have to fill out forms for that too. Hello, June. Thank you for tuning in. Hello, Norma. Hello, Marianne. Hello, Anne. Hello, Janice. Hello, Donna. Hello, Amanda. Thank you for tuning in. Amanda says we are getting some weather tomorrow. 10 centimeters of heavy, wet snow. 10 centimeters. That's a good bit. That's a good bit. That's what, like half a foot, maybe somewhere in there like that. Am I right? My centimeter inch thing is a little off, but I think that's like 6 inches, 4 to 6 inches, something like that. That's a lot at once. Facebook user is out there saying, glad y'all's pellet stove is fixed. We're hoping it works. It's working now. It seems to be working. It was keeping it nice and warm in here. Boy, when I was loading the pellets or unloading the pellets, 30 bags of pellets to move around, not fun, especially in the heat, but it was nice and toasty in here, so that was good. Let's see here. Janice says, you guys have had an interesting week as far as the cottage and horse go?
Maybe
House. Yeah, between the water heater before, the pellet stove today, it's just the things of owning a home or owning a property, right? You got to fix the stuff, hopefully. I'm glad that the pellet stove is not broken, because that's what I was worried about when Barb told me it made noises and shut down. Because the weather is getting cold fast. The chill is descending. I can already feel it, says Amanda. That's right. Bonnie, glad to see you out there. Says glad to see you guys. Marianne says, I'm getting tired waiting for the live. See, you can be tired waiting for the live. I was hoping that our cottage wasn't burning down, so I'd rather be tired. I'd rather be tired waiting than the stress I had. Janice says, oops, house, you do need a horse. No horses. Don't need no horses.
Right.
We don't need any horses.
Maybe a baby pony.
Andrew loves
That
baby
would be
animals.
So cute if we had a miniature pony.
A miniature pony just galloping around the cottage.
I can make this strap that they put on the head. I can put a horn on it like it's a unicorn. But like blunt so it doesn't gore me.
Yeah, don't do that. So that was my day so far.
Who doesn't want a baby unicorn?
Who doesn't want a baby unicorn?
Oh my gosh.
Look at
Especially the one
this.
with the fuzzy feet. That would be so cute.
Look at this.
Hopefully it would be sturdy enough to so that I could ride it.
I don't know about that.
And now he's like, this called a mule. A sturdy
Bonnie says,
mule.
or a baby donkey. They're adorable.
Those are cute too. I don't know.
Janice says, oops, again, I meant do not need a horse. It's getting late, right? It's not late for us, but it feels late after today.
It always feels late.
I know.
Today,
I know, but it feels extra late after
this time of year.
All the physical labor of unloading pellets and loading pellets.
And then you have to make me dinner after. What are you going to make me for dinner? What's for dinner?
I was just going to say that. What's for dinner? We have a little pizza in the freezer.
No, just one?
Yep. You're going to get
so
one
you're
pizza.
Gonna have diet portions.
You're going to have diet portions tonight. No, there's another box of spaghetti, and there should be some sauce.
Yeah, there is. There's 2 open ones.
So we can have the sauce and the spaghetti.
Sauce.
And I think there's spicy fake meat to make.
I don't want any spicy.
He doesn't want any spicy.
My heartburn has been on fire lately.
Uh-oh. Janice is having Mexican. That sounds delicious. Bonnie says, my husband's bringing me a mint Oreo blizzard for dinner. That's a great dinner.
Too.
I know.
Sounds great.
Mint chocolate is my favorite.
I was thinking about maybe just having salsa and chips for dinner.
That could be good too. Some days, that's fine. We'll have pizza. We'll make the one pizza and we'll have salsa and chips if I can get to the store before they close.
She's open 24 hours.
That's right. They have salsa and chips usually. Salsa. You just have to spend twice as much.
Well, you're not going to make it. Well,
it's not that bad.
We got to support our local businesses.
Right.
Shop local, y'all.
If nothing else, there's Walmart.
You are crazy. Why? I mean, I guess it's not that far.
No. 12 minutes.
At that point, then we get another pizza.
He says, at that point, we're not going to eat salsa and chips.
No, it's like if it becomes more than a 5-minute ordeal.
He says, real dinner then. Let's make it longer.
Extend the stay.
Bonnie says, or Janice says to Bonnie, my kind of dinner, right?
Or hummus and pita chips.
Susan just said, I'm having chips and hummus.
That sounds good. Sometimes I just hit the spot,
I know. Maybe, but your tongue always gets.
I don't care. It's worth it. I'll take a Benadryl.
His tongue always starts flaring up.
It's not always.
It pretty much is always after your hummus.
Oh well. No, if it's handmade, if it's handmade hummus, it's fine.
It's like your sister. You'll deal with it if it's good enough.
Her face starts turning colors and starts puffing up. I'm like, you need to put that crap down. You're gonna die. And she's like, it's worth it. It's worth it. It's not. I don't need to be called to duty here where I have to rise to the occasion of stabbing your throat.
No. So what time is it? 7:15. They close at 9, so we can get this done in time. I can run and get some chips and salsa and hummus. That sounds delicious for dinner, actually. Because after today, I don't feel like eating a lot. My stomach's like, I'm like, what's going on? Throws me into anxiety.
Speaking of Tucson.
Oh, were we?
It's always on my mind now. It's that time of year, y'all. We got to make money to go to Tucson. But there's this place called Pita Jungle. And so Cynthia and I usually go there after the show. We like collapse then they go every day. Every day. It was right across the street from the show. And we were pretty much the only bead people who would go there, which was weird.
Crazy.
And they got to know us our last night. They knew our last night. and they brought us a free dinner.
That's nice.
They're like, here you go. You look like
You need this.
you need this.
Donna-
That was good.
Donna's having leftover pizza. Amanda says, you guys may like roasted red pepper with eggplant spread with pita crackers. It's really good. That sounds
That
pretty
sounds
good.
Sometimes eggplant can be.
I know I'm not a huge fan of eggplant.
I
but
like
it
eggplant,
can be good.
but sometimes that makes my tongue more itchy.
Yeah, you get an itchy tongue. Bonnie says, I have that same problem with wasabi. The itchy tongue.
Real wasabi, because I found out that wasabi is not that there is they have that most wasabi that people have is fake actually.
Really?
Mm-hmm. It's horseradish and mustard and food coloring.
I always wondered why if it was supposed to smell like horseradish. Probably most of the stuff I've ever had is horseradish.
Apparently,
I do like
wasabi-
horseradish.
I just read this article. Apparently, this is like one of the most expensive commodities that's legal.
Wasabi?
Like real wasabi. I
Huh.
was like, I wonder if we can grow wasabi in the cottage.
Does it grow in the forest?
I know, we're going to become wasabi farmers. Hey, y'all.
It's like the ginseng people from,
That's called my uncle.
yeah.
He's a ginseng
There's
farmer.
technically, we planted ginseng up in my grandparents' property, but I don't think it ever grew.
Maybe.
Um,
Did you know?
we went and looked for it a few times, but we never saw any extra plants of it.
Now it's going to be like the size of a human.
I know, because this was when
Human.
this was like when I was like 14, we planted it. It's probably like going crazy. Nobody knows it's in there.
Apparently, there are these dope forests somewhere here where people have been sprinkling seeds in like state forest land.
What is that noise?
So apparently there's these dope forests and somebody sprinkled some seeds somewhere. And I guess it's on like state forest land. I would go on camera, y'all, but I'm dressed like the homeless, so I'm gonna skip. So you're just gonna have to imagine me talking. But yeah. What was that? Was it the... Are we getting raptured? Is that what that was? Was it the trumpet blaring?
I don't know. It seemed. I think it was just the lid vibrating. I hope.
Oh boy.
That's why I didn't want to go home and get cleaned up, because who knows? Who knows what's happening? Lena's had TV dinner and is eyeing ice cream, but it's cold. I know. I want ice cream too, but it's hard to eat when it's cold.
Pudding. That's an option.
Pudding. That's Andrew's been having pudding lately.
Hey, when's your birthday, Lena? It's coming up.
When is your birthday, Lena?
I can't keep track of any.
I
I
can't
can't even
either.
keep track of my own
I
birthday.
know.
This last year, I was like, oh, it's my birthday. I got surprised.
Amanda says it grows beside rivers in Japan. Janice says, I love eggplant, especially baba ganoush.
That can be good or bad, depends who made it.
Marianne says, ginseng grows here, so it ought to grow in PA. It does grow in PA, but it grows very slowly, and I don't know if the piece we had ever, like, took. That's the thing. December 28th. December 28th. So,
I got a package for you somewhere.
yes.
It's like that thing. It's like, in theory, I've gotten better about sending stuff out because Barb's around. I just put it on her desk with a
And
note.
it happens. It's amazing.
Instead of being like, oh, I should send this, and then put it to the side, and then it gets reburied.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I've been going through box by box in my studio. And I think I should have like an assistant, like somebody who is just, I just tell them what to do and then they do it. And then I'll
He
go,
needs that.
and then I'll just go through my boxes and say, hey, you can list this. And then no talking. We have to work in complete silence, except for me telling them what to do.
Yeah. Don't ask him, what do you mean?
I know.
Just figure it out.
Yeah, if you say it again, as a William has, because sometimes he does this thing where he repeats exactly what I said. I say exactly what it said, what came out of your mouth.
And I'm looking for more clarification.
Yeah, well, you get what you got. You picked it. So, anyways, there's somebody we were talking about adopting a baby, and then someone's like, "Well, they could work for you then." I was like, "Boy, that child's like doesn't know what they're getting into."
Right?
For them.
For them. Janice says, I'd like an assistant too. I kind of have one, and he's called my husband. Susan had her eye procedure today. It worked, and my vision in my right eye is so much clearer.
That's good.
That's good that you even know like so quickly. That's awesome.
Congratulations.
Facebook user, I don't know who you are. You may have to hit the little thing, the link to StreamYard to get signed in. But it says, my birthday is coming up December 31st.
Who is it?
I don't know. Let us know who you are. Lennis also sent us a nice little box, which got buried, and then we recently opened. So thank you, Lennis.
Yeah,
I really appreciated what was inside. Very thoughtful. Yeah.
Did you make the root baby, Lennis?
Did you make it? But yeah, so thank you for that. I haven't gotten to thank you yet because it got buried over the small business stuff. It came into the store and got in the whirlwind, and the handmade arcade stuff. So
I have so many packages that I have to open at the store.
We found them. Oh, and there were more today. Actually, I may have forgot the last two. I think I put 2 in the car. One's a book, and one's something else.
Hooray!
Hooray! Another one's a book that came, and then something else too.
Oh, good.
Hooray! Hooray!
Every day there's a book there. It's a good day.
That's right. Lena says, I got pudding. Hooray!
Pudding is great.
Whoever you are says I did that twice, but it's not working for StreamYard. Let us know who you are. Put your name in there so we know who you are. Marianne, not until they get older, then maybe they could help out. You just foster a teen.
Nah, I started working at age 8.
Andrew's like, I worked at age 8.
And then they tricked me. They made it sound like it was fun.
All that lawn maintenance.
Yeah, they're like, oh, we'll play a game. It's called Riding the Lawnmower.
You can drive. What 8-year-old doesn't want to drive?
Yeah, and then they said that it's like the slowest, most boring. Because you can't go fast because then it doesn't cut the grass.
Right.
And then also you have to go in a certain pattern.
Yeah, you can't just ride.
And I remember at one point, this is probably really super dangerous, but we were cutting Miss Miller's yard, and she had this like 4-acre yard, and it was like you have to go real slow and in straight lines. And at one point, I fell asleep while I was driving.
I believe that.
The Bunton. I mean, it's not new that I fall asleep.
You fall asleep during driving.
It's not new. Started age 8. But and so I guess she ran out and told my dad, and I just was like, keep going off, driving off into the field.
Wow.
And she was like, Dwight.
Your son.
I think the little brown boy fell asleep. And it was like, oh.
They go fast too, those 0 turns.
Yeah, that's old times.
Marianne says, yeah, in the never-ending back room black hole. It's true.
Which one?
In our back room. The back room at the store.
That's going away soon.
Someday.
Over Christmas.
Someday. Let's see.
We're going to start the new year off.
Marianne says, 8 is hardly a baby anymore. It's true.
Oh, no. Probably they should have waited a little bit longer. But,
Susan said, I had what is called a YAG, Y-A-G, laser capsulotomy.
I don't know
Capsulotomy. The doctor uses a laser to remove scar tissue that is built up around the cataract implant. Wow. That's wild. It's amazing what they do now, right?
William's mom, she got a little extra lasered off. I guess she had a mole, and then she went in for a consultation, and they're like, oh, you want me to take care of this? And she's like, okay. And then they just lasered it off. I was like, shoot, who is this person?
Who is this eye doctor
marks.
I got to see? Yeah, so today, with all the craziness, I had started planning this live when I got the message that our pellet stove shut itself down. So I was like, what am I going to do? But I was thinking, some of y'all have been buying the charms in our online store, the charms and small pendants in silver and bronze and gold. And I think you're buying them because they make great gifts.
Fast.
Huh?
Fast.
Fast, right? Great gifts. They will ship quickly to you as long as you don't have a huge combined order. And they're quick. You can put them on a chain or on a bracelet and be done and give them as a
Show them what I
gift.
made yesterday. Just hold it up.
I'm going to. I have it here. I'm going to show them everything. This is what he's talking about, but I'll show you better.
I tried hard, y'all. Though it looks like a coronavirus, so I don't know about that.
Any type of virus.
No.
So I'll show you that when we flip the camera around a little bit better.
Somebody's like, that'd make great for earrings. I was like, if you like your neck staff.
We're going to kind of do a review today. Hey, Sandra, you're late.
Hi, Sandra.
Thank you for tuning in. You're not that late. We're just still chatting because we came on late because our pellet stove was like
about to blow up.
About to set the place on fire.
He just casually mentions in his text message, he was like, yeah, I almost burned down the cottage today. And I was like,
not me.
What?
we almost did, not me.
He sucked up the ashes and the embers, and he's like, yeah, fire was shooting out the shop vac. I was like, my shop vac?
Yes.
My baby shop vac?
Baby, it is a baby. It's like this.
It's so cute. It's so useful too.
It is very useful. It needs a new filter now, though. It's using it's like a little diaper. It's a paper towel for a filter now.
That's our baby.
It's our baby.
No human child.
We can't even keep a shop vac alive. It does work still, though. But yeah, it was shooting fire out the back. And where was it shooting fire when it started shooting fire? Toward the wood sitting over here.
What wood?
The logs that are the decorative logs that are sitting there. Mm-hmm. I'm like, great. Let's keep an eye on the logs so the logs don't go catch on fire.
Yeah, at that point you just like take a moment. I was like, dude, what?
So I had to douse the burning filter for the shop vac in the one little bit of water that we had.
Sorry, plants.
They got watered today. I did water the plants earlier today. So thankfully the plants were all watered ahead of time. And I used the water then that was left to put out the fire. And Barb, she's like, just so I know, not that I may need it, but do you have a fire extinguisher here? And I'm like, we have multiple. There's one over here. There's one over here. She's like, good to know. But yeah, so.
And the wooden building.
I know.
Basically the death trap.
Oh, Teresa was the Facebook user. Switch to YouTube. Thank you, Teresa.
Which
Bonnie's
one?
Coulter, yeah. Bonnie says, do you have a backup heater? Yes, we do. We have these split systems.
We have two backup heaters.
Yeah,
actually.
we have the split systems. We have some oil heaters here that we can plug in and turn on if we need to. They're good for like if your area is still cold. The rest of the place is pretty warm, but your area gets cold. Since most of our areas are right up against the windows, like our desks and things, sometimes they get chilly. So we have some extra little heaters that we put around sometimes. So it would not have been terrible.
We also have the very expensive baseboard heaters.
Yes.
That we shall never use.
No, not unless it's like an obscene emergency.
Yeah, we put the baseboard heaters in because they had baseboard heaters in here before.
And we're like, surely they.
Yeah, we'll just put in some baseboard heaters. They're new. The old ones probably not new.
They were
1950s style.
Right.
And then which were improperly wired, and our electrician was like, so if you ever got hit by lightning and it didn't shut off, this wire directly in, it wasn't grounded, the whole building could catch on fire. That's like the theme of this place.
I know.
Could catch on fire.
We had a live wire just coming through the slats. When we turn the camera around, you see the slats in the roof. There was a live wire just dangling.
It's still there.
It's there, but it's not live anymore.
Are you sure?
He told me he turned it off.
Well, anyway, so the baseboard heaters, we got brand new baseboard heaters. And so we ran them before we got the split system. And when we got the electricity bill, I almost pooped myself at the cottage because...
And it wasn't even that cold out yet.
I was like, oh, well, this will be nice. Take the little
chill off.
I'll take my sweater off. And we got the electricity bill. I said, whatever we got running, we need to turn that off. immediately.
Immediately. Now, just because of that, I go through and I shut off all the lights around that we don't need.
He does
Very,
that anyway.
very conscious about the lighting. You don't want extra. The winter's hard enough with utilities.
I know, but
Lennis says she has to go watch this video. We'll show you that again. Baseboard heaters freak me out, says Lennis. I love radiators so much. I miss having them. Radiators are nice. Radiators are nice.
I had a radiator in New York, and I had all these beautiful plants, these house plants, and they were set up on the radiator. And I guess in New York, there's a day when they have to turn the heat on, whether it's cold or not. It's like a legal thing.
Yeah, for tenants.
And they didn't warn us, and it cooked all of the plants. They died. They were toasted. They was like, I put it in the dehydrator, and the bottoms of the plastic were all melty.
Yeah, in New York, they pump the heat. Like most years, you had the windows open in the winter because they pump the heat for the whole building, and you can't adjust it in your own apartment. So they just keep it pumping all. So the only way you can moderate your temperature is by opening a window.
I remember I lived up on the 13th floor of a building.
All that heat rising.
And it was so hot. And there, I had the window open, like full open, and there was like snow blowing in.
Yeah, there weren't a lot of screens either on your windows.
No, that's how you can. Yeah, there's no screens.
So, yeah. So today we're going to look at some charms.
Show my stuff first.
We are. We're going to show. He wants you to see his new stuff.
I work hard, y'all.
He did a good job too. We're going to show you. I didn't
Suzanne
even put
told
this.
me hurry up, so I hurried up.
I think she bought one anyway. She got I think the hand with the flowers.
Oh, that was one of my favorites.
Yeah.
I'm glad somebody got that. I was like, how come nobody likes my stuff?
Amanda says radiators were designed to be used with the windows open for fresh air and ventilation.
Oh.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Who knew?
Who knew?
Amanda.
Bonnie says, Andrew, I searched and searched for that bullet casing piece you made, but I couldn't find it. Do you remember when you did that?
I don't know what you're talking about.
That's the red and white, the bullet casing on the back.
Huh?
The for the shooting.
What's she looking for?
I think she was looking for the post.
Oh.
I think that's what you're looking for, right, Bonnie? The post for that? It never went up for sale.
Oh, yeah, that's not for sale.
Yeah.
That's for exhibition purposes.
It's an exhibition. But I don't know if you're looking at just to see it.
Or are you talking about them tassels?
Tassels? Oh, he did do bullet casings for tassels, too. Windows open and radiators off, says Donna. I don't know about that. Oh, my mother-in-law's apartment is like that. Yes, my daughter lives in New York City, and she has her windows open, right?
Who is it?
Oh, Bonnie says, yes, the tassels.
I don't know.
I don't know.
You just fold the fibers over, and then you put a wire, and you bend it, and you drill a hole in the end, and you stick it up.
Was that in a demo?
Maybe.
I
think it was like a bonus.
Because if it was a demo recently, I put them in playlists on YouTube. So all of Andrew's demos, I haven't gone through the last few, but a lot of Andrew's demos are in the playlist for specific demos.
If you look for the ones that I did is like a, it was, because I was sick when you were doing that swap, that bead trade thing, Great Bead Trade. It was with the Great Bead Trade, so it was like a week after that.
Oh. After the Great Bead Trade. So yeah, check YouTube because I think back that far, most of Andrew's demos should be in the demonstration playlist or something. I forget what I call it, tutorial or something playlist, separate from the Live at 5 playlist. I keep all of Andrew's separate. So if you want to just watch all his demos, you can go to that playlist on YouTube and just watch them all.
We're thinking about redoing our like refilming our demos because
we want to go professional more.
Yeah, because then I'd be talking about like what my cat did.
Right.
Yeah, which is
Bonnie
fine.
says, okay, I'll check YouTube.
It's not hard. Just fold it over and put the wire in the middle and bend the wire around and stick it up the
Norma
hole.
says it was a Kumihimo demo.
Oh.
So in September, maybe in September, that was the bead trade. I don't remember anymore. It's just like one thing to the next anymore.
I make stuff every day. So
Yeah.
somebody is like, you remember that piece you made that one time back in early 2000s? I'm like, sure, okay.
And we had a meeting last night for the TGBE. Andrew was talking a little bit about that, having to go to the meeting. And we made lots of plans for lots of things.
Oh my goodness. Y'all are going to be surprised.
Right? Midwinter Market is coming up, so stay tuned. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun.
It's going to be different,
It's
y'all.
going to be different. Or at least semi-different.
Hey, you want me to ruin some of the surprise?
Do you want to be surprised? Do you want Andrew to ruin the surprise?
Like how I thought we were watching another show, and I was like, "Hey, you want me to ruin it for you?" And I was right, y'all.
I was right too, actually.
Well,
I guessed it was that person.
So it's okay if you guess.
No, I didn't tell anyone.
Yeah, he did. He said, "Oh, it's this boy."
No,
and
that's because you told me. You said, "Who do you think it is?" He wanted to prove to me he was right so bad, but I wouldn't let him tell me who it is.
And I was correct.
Bonnie says, "Ruin the surprise."
So we're not starting the show.
No, we're not starting the
TGBE.
TGBE.
We're going on at the nighttime.
Normally, we start the show at 11:30 in the morning on Saturday. That's not going to be us this time.
We're going to be in North Carolina.
We are.
Symposium.
We are.
With some people.
So we're not going to start the show. So you got to watch someone else start the TGBE out. We'll be going on.
Candy Cooper.
We'll be going on in the evening, everybody.
The nighttime.
The nighttime.
You know what though? It's going to be nice because some of the West Coast people, they're like, I have to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning. And I was like, so this will be good.
Yeah.
We'll start a little bit later.
Yeah. So we might see people that don't normally see us because we're too early for them.
I hope you all watch because our numbers have been dropping.
Plummeting.
And I don't want the TGBE to go away.
I know. But
we talked about that last night about how, if we can't keep it, if we can't...
if it's not good for everyone in the group, if people aren't getting the viewership numbers and aren't getting the sales and things from that, then people start pulling out of the group.
Yeah.
There's nothing to hold anybody there except the camaraderie and the fun that's there. And if it becomes to be more than that and troubling, then people leave. So hopefully
we're doing some reconfiguring.
We're reconfiguring. We're adding some stuff. Changing things. So stay tuned.
It's exciting.
The Midwinter Market is going to be fun and different. And make sure, if you're not a member of the TGB group and Facebook page, please join them both.
I hope y'all like them kits because I spent some money. I had to scrape it up from somewhere hidden.
The couch cushions.
Huh?
The couch cushions.
Yeah, it was. And we broke anyway, so it's not like this couch cushions you could shake it out.
How many pennies can you count? You know what? Someone else told me that, times are hard. We know that because someone else told me they're like, I rolled change today to get groceries. So it's not an easy thing out there right now. People are having hard times. So
we're beads, so it's not like it's food.
We're not necessities. So
maybe when we sell the wasabi, will become essential. Even that's not essential.
Yeah. Marianne says it's an 8:30 start in the West Coast. I know. 8:30 on a Saturday. That's not me. You would never. I would never be able to do that.
I do it.
If we went live at 8:30 on a Saturday, no.
Remember when we used to have 3 days?
Except we are usually up at 4 in the morning for the TGBE.
Gosh, we used to have 3 days that were jam-packed all day long from the early morning until late at night because we had longer slots too and there were more people and I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah. So
Thunder strike.
Lenna says expensive week over here with car and propane. That's what I was talking to my mom. I was like, because she was asking, we were talking about the pellet stove and the prices of pellets have gone up, of course. Not by a lot, thankfully, but any up is not great. But we were talking about that, and I said, thank goodness we don't have gas, because this used to be a propane gas.
Because our propane is so expensive.
Yeah.
We have to fill a propane tank for my little torch. I'm like, I guess we just don't use the little torch.
Yeah, propane is getting, all those kind of gases are getting, those tank gases are getting expensive for people.
I don't know if we can do natural gas here.
I don't know if there's a plug-in or not. Bonnie says, it's hard when people get sick and are self-employed and healthcare costs are killing us. It's true.
That's us, Bonnie.
Yep.
You know us.
Right.
Like when we got COVID and we had to close the store for 2 weeks, I was like, basically, this is 2020, and we just cry a river, and maybe the rising water of our tears will keep us afloat.
Yeah. Like, luckily, we can do some stuff online, and we can publicize some things when we're sick.
And luckily, we are in different locations, because I was thinking about that before, and if we were all together, like how we used to be.
All together where?
Like doing all the shipping from the main store and stuff. At least this way we could kept quarantined and.
Yeah. I know. Lena says they have raised the prices. They have raised the propane prices to be just under the city's natural gas, so there isn't a cheaper option. We have a dual unit. Yeah, my aunt has 2 gigantic tanks. I don't know if they're 500 gallons each. I don't know if that's 500 gallons, 1,000. I don't know what they are. 2 like they're like bigger than me, and she gets those filled, and it's lots of money every year. Lots of money. So I know it's not easy. It's not easy no matter what. And we use the pellet stove here, but we also supplement that with our split systems, which are less expensive than some other things, but they are still electric. So they still run electric, but not as bad as, like I said, a lot of other places and a lot of other things. All right, let's flip the camera around. I'm going to show you some stuff first, and then we're going to get into the charms. So what you didn't know is you're getting a sneak peek of Andrew's latest pieces that he's been working on. We keep kind of talking about these psychedelic rainbow cats. We've got some. Andrew's finished some, and we're going to give you all a sneak peek of them. So thank you for watching. I didn't even mention that in the listing here for this video or the description, because I wasn't sure if they were done. So you're going to get to see them first, except for me. I was first, and you're going to get to see them next. So thank you for watching, and let's take a look at these. Oh, we have also heard that StreamYard knows that this switching the camera is a problem, and they're working on fixing it. So that's good for us on our side.
Hooray!
Hooray! Teresa says, my husband is self-employed and health insurance is expensive for us. What helped was when I was eligible for Medicaid because of my illnesses. Yeah, it's not easy, right? You know, I know a lot of people are here and there about, you know, Medicaid for all, but I do think we need some health insurance in this country.
Well, they've done studies where they've shown that it's cheaper if we have universal health care.
Yeah, cheaper for us, but less profits for you know who.
Well, the thing is that people usually they wait until they are forced to go to the hospital.
Yeah, instead of preventative care, which would be nice, right? Marian says, so glad I live in Canada. I know, right? Hello, Maria. Does Portugal have? I think they do. They're the European Union. I think they do. Okay, so first, this is the little thing that Andrew made with y'all yesterday. If you saw that. That was a bad sound. That didn't sound great. Hold on, everybody.
That's definitely the Y'all heard that murder sound in the back? Yeah, that's the pellet stove getting something. I don't know if something's stuck or if it's just tired, needs to reset.
Turn it off for now.
Oh boy.
Open the back.
Oh boy.
There's something that has to be strapped down in there, and I'm wondering if it got let loose when it was trying to turn and couldn't.
And start rattling.
And it kicks against the back plate, and I can feel the back plate vibrating. It's a little fan back there that helps turn the auger.
I need a crimp cover.
Oh, good luck. So this is, Amanda says, it's shocking the U.S. doesn't have universal health care. Yeah. I know. You think of the U.S., you would think they'd have that, right? We don't. So this is the little tassel pendant.
Not tassel.
Pearl cluster pendant that Andrew made yesterday out of these beautiful faceted pearls. These faceted pearls are available on our website. If you go into the pearl collection, we have a lot of beautiful vintage pearls in there. So make sure you check that out if you love pearls. We got really good prices on them, so you also get really good prices on vintage pearls. That means they're usually nicer for the same amount of money that you would pay today. Things weren't as polluted back then, and they left the pearls in longer a lot of times, didn't rush them to market so fast.
Plus, we picked these.
Plus, we picked them for you, right? We picked each one out for you. So this is what he made during his demo yesterday. If you missed that demo, you can tune in on Facebook or YouTube and watch a replay on that. All right. And then this one and this one, there was a problem. They didn't get into the online store. They're there now. I just added them. So I was like, why is nobody buying these? Well, that's why. So this one, the skull with the floral crown,
I love that one.
which is a very thin piece. Andrew made these particularly thin.
I love those.
And this is a snake with stars, which is really cool.
Serpent.
Cosmic serpent. See, I called it snake with stars on the listing.
Same thing.
Cosmic serpent, also much thinner than some of the other ones.
I love the thin.
Andrew likes, right, but the thin doesn't come in blanks that are easy. You have to cut each one. So Andrew hand cut each one of these.
Correct.
And let's see here. Teresa says, I want to make a tassel with the pearl mix. We're going to talk about that pearl mix too. That would be beautiful, right?
Do it.
Janice says, the meds I started are $4,000 out of pocket after Medicare.
Holy guacamole.
I get one infusion a week for 4 weeks, then 2 months, then back on the 4-week schedule. If we didn't qualify for assistance fund, I'd be in trouble. Yeah, I was going to say, if I didn't qualify for something, I'd be dead. $4,000 out of pocket.
Essential oil.
Right? It's crazy.
Ring some bells.
Lena says, Poopy loves the snake, matches his painting. Right?
Thank you. This collects my artwork.
Yes, she does.
Her and Poopy.
Her and Poopy. Anne says, I love my enamel unicorn pendant. Thank you. I'm glad people are liking these and they're getting out into the world. Yeah, Anne does. I'm glad they're getting out into the world because they are very nice in person. Like, it's very hard to take photographs of these because they are reflective. And so sometimes the reflections look like, you know, like dirty spots, or sometimes they look like scuff marks, or, you know, they don't always look, and sometimes just a reflected light back at you. So we try to take pictures of them at an angle where we don't get too much light or too much reflection, but they are really beautiful in person. So I'm glad you all are liking them. So these aren't the new ones. These ones we've had, but they weren't in the online store. So I just added those today after the pellet stove incident. So those are now available for you. And talking about the pearl mix, if you didn't see, we debuted a new line of products, kits kind of, but we're calling them Allegory Gallery Design Challenge mixes. And with the design challenge mixes, you get a beautiful 2x3 bag. This is one bag in this shell. So there's a lot packed in that bag. You get a 2x3 bag of the mix, which this month is pearls. We're going to be doing these one a month. And just like the Allegory Gallery Design Challenge kits, we are going to have a creative make-along based around this mix. And we are going to have a reveal date with a project reveal album put in the Design Challenge group on Facebook. So if you're not a member of our Allegory Gallery Design Challenges group, I hope you'll join us there and make sure you are in there, especially if you purchase one of these, because that's where you show your products or your projects.
But that's part of the fun.
Right. The part of the fun is that you do that, and everybody does it, and we all get to see what y'all make out of kind of the same thing. Like every bag's going to be a little different because it starts as one big mix in a container, and then we scoop it out into smaller bags. But there are glass pearls in here, shell pearls, and freshwater pearls. So lots of good pearly goodness in various colors. You also get this Allegory Gallery fine pewter modern toggle, is it what it's called, in antique silver finish. These toggles are available separately as well. And you can get those in the online store. Just search for modern toggle. All right. Katrina says, "Oh my, so beautiful. Love this idea and kit." Yeah, I think these are what, $20, $20? Something $18, $20. I think they're 20. We know that our design challenge kits, we pack a lot in them. And we normally sell those for about $36 to $38 is what I think the last ones came out at. And now things are, economic conditions are raising prices everywhere. So even some of our inspiration kits, which are supposed to be the smaller kits, are coming in around that price point. So we said, what can we do that we can enable people to be able to participate in our design challenges and not have to buy a $60 design kit, for example. Our inspiration kits are made of vintage components. So sometimes we can't make enough that it would make sense to make a design challenge out of them. So what we're doing is we're making design challenge mixes, and every month we will put out a bunch of these. Hopefully y'all like them. If you like them, we'll keep doing them.
If you don't do that, we're not going to do it.
Right. If we don't do it, if you don't do it, we're not going to do it.
We'll just make design challenge kits.
Right. And some luxury bead blends. That's all. But anyway, we're doing this to try to keep the cost down. So you get a toggle, you get a mix, and that's going to be the theme for all of these as we go through the months of 2023. We're going to keep doing one a month is the goal. This month is pearls. And so if you like this, they're in the online store. You can get them at allegorygallery.com. Very top of the page, pretty much on our homepage, you'll see this, and you will also see this, which is a brand new kit that we revealed the other night. I don't know if Andrew showed this on the live yesterday or not.
Probably not.
So this is Waiting for Spring, and this is a new inspiration kit. So this is going to be a little, I don't know. I can't even remember the pricing anymore.
That's not too bad.
It's not too bad. It's 24, 26, I think.
We've been trying to keep prices down for everybody.
Yeah, we're trying our best. We still got to make some money ourselves, but we're trying our best to keep things low for you all. Anne says the Pearl Mix is so gorgeous. I ordered it. I'm so excited to work with it. Thank you. Okay, so Teresa checked for us. This is $20 for the Pearl Mix. I think this one is $24. I can't remember. It might even be less. I can't remember.
I don't think it's very expensive.
So this kit is Waiting for Spring, and it is available also at the top of the webpage. It's the latest inspiration kit that we've done. It comes with this beautiful check glass. And one of the reasons I'm going over this is because we debuted these at midnight Eastern time the other night.
When
And
was that?
Monday night, I think.
I don't even remember.
Monday night at midnight, we debuted these. So I wanted to make sure that y'all got to see these kind of in person. I love these vintage Chinese ceramic ladybugs. The kits with the ladybugs often sell out quickly. So if you like those too, they're really super, super cute.
I didn't make very many of that kit.
No, there are not many of this kit available. So we still have some left. I don't know how many, but there are a few left because it didn't go out of stock yet in the online store. So you can grab that now. Suzanne is joining late. Horrible weather, but I'm okay. Glad you're okay. I know the weather across the country is starting to change. Yeah, apparently, I was saying this the other day. These people we know, this guy we know who does, he flies, he was in Alaska. They said that in Alaska, the night he was there, which was, I think, Sunday night, the 2 feet of snow fell in less than an hour, and the oceans were starting to freeze. So the cold weather is coming. Teresa says the kit is $19.50.
Wow.
That's a weird price, $19.50. I usually don't put 50 cents, but okay, $19.50. Trying to keep it under that $20 mark, probably. So that's even less expensive than the mix, the Design Challenge mix. Just sometimes it works out that way. But we have much fewer kits than we do mixes.
That mix was more expensive to me.
Yeah, the mix was. That's a nice. If you can't tell, that's a nice mix.
Because I put some nice strands of freshwater
He
pearl
did.
in
And Suzanne, you're late, but you got here just in time because it is now time for psychedelic rainbow kitties. So Andrew made these. There's other stuff too.
I started getting bored.
But
So.
you got bored of making just. How could you get bored of making cats? I don't know.
I've already done a bunch.
Amanda says weather must be getting bad nearby because my internet is acting weird. Suzanne says, yeah. Okay, so who's ready? You're getting a sneak peek at these. If you would like to purchase them, I'm going to be putting them online probably later tonight, maybe.
I also didn't code these ones.
These are uncoded. So if you would like to get these uncoded, which if he coats them, it adds a glossier layer.
But it's not though because I sand them.
So what would the difference be?
One has texture and one is less texture.
Okay, so if you want these as they are going to be $75. You can email us, take a screenshot, and send it to us. Otherwise, you can, even in the email, if you want the coding, because it does protect them a little better, just let us know that you would like to wait for it to be coded. But you can grab these before we put them online if you want to. Let's say that. And
maybe make it 70. We'll move it to 70.
Oh, he's decreasing that price.
I'm not gonna add a chain to these ones.
Oh, they're not coming with a, even though the chain was free. There's going to be, so he's going to make these $70 for you all. They might go $75 in the online store, but we'll see. But for you all, we'll go down to 70 and let's start. Here's the first rainbow kitty.
You know, this started off as a joke.
I know.
I said we ran into one of our customers at that Handmade Arcade, and they were like, "I wish you had more cats." And I was like, "Next time, I'm just gonna make rainbow kitties all day long, rainbow kitties."
And that's what he's been doing all night long, the last few nights.
Here you go. Since when was Handmade Arcade? Well,
December 2nd, 3rd, somewhere in there. 14th. How has it been that long since we were there? I feel like it was just yesterday.
Yeah, we got so stressed out about that.
I know. Bonnie says, "Oh, that's cute." I know. Bonnie says, "Oh, that's cute." So these are black counter enameled. So the backs of these are black, whereas the backs of some of the other ones you're purchasing are that kind of speckly blue.
That's called counter enamel.
Yeah, it's all counter enamel, right?
I know, but that color is called counter enamel.
It's literally counter enamel color.
It's based off of that, those enameled pots. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, the camping gear. Yeah, that's cool. Okay, so that's the first one. If you'd like any of these, remember, send us an email. You can grab them before they go online for $70. And they do not come with the chain. So you can put them on whatever you'd like, but they will come to you just like this. And again, take a screenshot. That'll be the easiest way to let us know which one you actually wanted, because there's a number of cats coming up, everybody. Here's another cat. This looks like, I don't know, a lioness or something. And if you could see these, I don't know if it's coming through on camera as well, but there's beautiful rainbow through here. So purple, blue, green, yellow, orange, beautiful colors behind.
I didn't know if that would work or not, because sometimes when you do multiple firings, it can burn the color off. So this was an experiment.
And it didn't burn the color off. This one, you can see the color, I think, pretty good on this one.
I also didn't know how opaque to make the color. I didn't want to make it too dark because then with some of the colors, like red, red and black are very similar chromatically. Like if you take a black and white picture of red and black, sometimes it just all looks black. So I tried to do like washy, like a watercolor effect in the background with the rainbow. And that's so that you can see more of the detail in the sgraffito work.
Yeah, I think they came out really, really well. Teresa says, really cute. Teresa says, pride cats. Lena says, so much personality for each face. Heart.
There's one of them I don't like, so I'll be surprised if it gets picked.
There's one you don't like?
Yeah, there's a little runt.
Little runt?
Y'all have to guess which one's the little runt.
Which one?
Go away, little stray.
Oh.
Nobody wants you.
Amanda says, those are amazing. I love the one with the crown. This one is the one Amanda likes. Right there.
I tried hard on that one.
And in person, the rainbows, I think, are much brighter than I'm seeing on camera. These are pretty good back here. It's I don't know. It's the lighting. It's not daylight. We don't have any sunlight. Sunlight always helps. It's the dark times. I don't have my other light to shine on it right now to show you more.
I don't think it would show up anyway.
It might not anyway. But in regular light, looking at them in person, they're nice and colorful. I hope you all can see that. Here's another crowned kitty.
Somebody asked me what that crown means, and to me it means sovereignty over self, to rule oneself. Lennis actually sent me a blog post about sovereignty a couple years ago, and that's what kind of started that.
See what you started, Lennis?
Yeah,
good things. Good things. Here's another little crown kitten.
Yeah, I don't know what it was, but then I started getting hot, on fire for the word sovereignty.
This one looks like a kitten to me. This looks more like a kitten than the other ones.
I'm gonna get stuff other than cats, so just you don't have to turn the TV off.
We're getting through the cats first.
Yeah, but if people I hate cats.
Well, we're here for the charms, really. This is just a surprise. Hopefully people don't turn it off before we even get to the main charm event.
Yeah, I'm the side piece.
Amanda says, cats, let us know who is the sovereign in the house. This is like a puma or something there, too. And let's see, more cats. This is a cat with a collar.
A ruff.
A ruff? A cat with a ruff?
Yeah, that didn't turn up like good.
Oh, poor Andrew.
Yeah, you couldn't tell right away, so obviously.
No, I thought that's what it was. I just don't want to make a mistake.
He's like, is it a carburetor?
Is it a carburetor wrapped around its neck?
Oh,
no, it wouldn't be a carburetor. But it could be a filter, an air filter.
On fire.
On fire. Let's not go there.
What's the next one?
Well, we're done with cats.
What?
Done with cats. Moving on to owls, it looks like. How about an owl? A psychedelic rainbow owl. Bonnie says, I saw my first hairless cat in our local florist.
That one, I did look at a hairless cat when I was making.
Which one?
This one.
This one.
That was the.
See?
My cat.
Bonnie got it.
She has a cat named Vader, and I looked at that cat's face to draw that.
Here's an owl with stars. This is a cool one. Those glowing owl eyes.
It's looking at me.
So remember, if you'd like to claim any of these before they go into the online store, that's why we're previewing them here. You can claim them for $70. They will probably be $75 when they go in the online store, but $70 for you all. Here's a songbird. At least I think. That's what it looks like.
Sure, why not? Nondescript bird.
Nondescript bird.
So do people like these, or do they think they look like dog poop?
I don't know. What do you think, everybody? Let Andrew know. Do you like them, or do you think they're dog poop? That's what he's wondering.
They're like, looks so terrible, I can't even say.
Can't even say. Oh.
Poor little homely cats.
Anne says, I like them.
Thanks.
Suzanne loves them. Triple heart.
Oh, thanks.
Susan says, I love them.
Thanks. You mean y'all wouldn't kick them on the curb?
Throw them on the concrete.
Go away, little stray.
Rub them, roll them on the concrete. Put them on just to roll around on the concrete.
If I was Cynthia, I would do a voice.
Lena says, skull. Yes, skull. I love this eye, too.
There's only one skull this time.
Mm-hmm. And only one eye.
Mm-hmm. Correct.
Lena says, eye. And then this one I love.
That one I didn't know if that would turn out. I like it.
It looks good. Mushrooms. Little psychedelic mushrooms.
The cross-hatching on the back, I think, frames it nicely.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it looks good. Amanda says they are treasures. Treasures. So that is the current. He's got more to come. But this is the current. Unless these none of these sell, then maybe he'll just say the hell with it.
I'm not going to make any more of these.
No?
That's it.
I thought you had
For
some
rainbow?
lined up. Yeah.
No.
Oh, what's
more
lined up
rainbow.
over there?
Don't worry about that.
So this is the end of the rainbow. I didn't realize that.
That's the end of the rainbow, y'all.
Lena says, I definitely have a favorite cat. So that's the end of the rainbow. Which one, Lennis? Which one? And then Andrew did some more.
Did this one?
My favorite cat, I think my favorite cat.
Or is it this one that looks like Augie?
Is either this one or this one. I think this one, though, too. I like that one. I don't know.
That one's looking around the corner. This one is crying, the eyeball.
Lena says third from the left.
I don't know if you saw that.
They would look cool in a wind chime. Would they make a chime sound?
They'd be broken.
They'd be broken. They're glass, Amanda.
I mean, maybe.
They might last for a little bit, but you wouldn't want a windstorm.
Nah, it's called chip.
Gently tinging, but
Nah, no.
Yeah, they're
no tinging.
They're
no tinging.
no tinging. Norma loves the mushrooms. So if you want to grab these before they go in online, we'll give you a $5 discount. $70 for y'all if you want them. $5 discount. And I might put them online at $70. I don't know. We'll talk about it. But I think it would be weird to have these less than the other ones because
I know because people just bought them.
Yeah.
The thing is though, I don't want people. I don't know. I have this weird thing where I don't want people to not be able to get them.
Yeah, that's our hard point all the time, pricing stuff, because we know that these actually probably should be even more.
Like if I was famous, they would be way more.
Yeah, because they take a lot of prep time and a lot can go wrong very quickly.
Yeah.
So, so we try and keep the price low. We wish we could do it for like $35 each.
Yeah, right.
But it's just not possible because we do like everybody to be able to afford our stuff. But we know there are some things that have to be priced at least what they are. So these are going to be $70 for you all. They'll probably go up to $75 in the online store. And that is the end of the Rainbow series, at least this time around for now. he won't be making more until we see if any of these sell.
Yeah, if nobody buys them, I'm not going to do it.
So send us an email at info@allegorygallery.com if you would like to purchase any of those.
Because I have to mix each color individually, y'all. Like I'm making my own paint.
Yeah, it's not a simple process.
It's pretty neat.
It's really cool how they came out. You did a good job.
They don't look like
They don't look like diarrhea.
Well, that's good.
Now,
Things stuck out for.
now Andrew also made this one. How much is this one going to be, Andrew?
I don't know yet.
It's not quite done.
Which one? The bird girl or the Medusa?
The Medusa.
Yeah, I haven't decided yet because I just finished those.
That's a very thin one. It's one of the thin ones. He also did this one. So these two are bigger and they're a lot more work that went into them.
It takes much longer.
So these are going to go on the online store, but we have to decide on the price. If you would like to get in the line for these, if you are just loving them and you want to know, whenever we come up with the price, we will let you know. If you want to get in line, send us an email.
But they're like 3 times as much work.
So there you go. They're like 3 times as much work. So just think about that. All right. Lena says, that is so awesome, Medusa.
After I finished it, it looked like one of my friends, and then I was like, oh crap. Don't say who it is.
I'm not going to say, but it does kind of look like one of our friends. But I don't think that our friend would be insulted. I think it's cool. Who doesn't want to be Medusa, right? So there you go. Those will also be hitting the online store, probably at a higher price point. But if you're interested, let us know, and you can get in line. We'll let you know first before we get them online.
What do they call that when the head's struck out? Aegeus? Aegis. Is that right?
I don't know. I don't know that word.
They put it on the goat's skin on a shield. Used to freeze the enemies. Did they show the bird girl?
I did.
Nobody liked the bird girl?
I don't know. People just, sometimes people don't say they love everything.
Oh, because it was terrible.
Okay, everybody. Andrew's having a pity party. Somebody tell him you like his bird girl.
You don't have to like it if you don't like it.
If you do like it, please tell him so he doesn't.
Well, I was feeling stressed by my talking.
All right, everybody. Let's look at some charms now. And now I feel like we've just done the show. I should just not even, but. I know. We're not going to get our chips and dinner. Bonnie says, I love the bird girl. See, Andrew? People do like.
That's nice. One person likes it.
One person likes it.
At least one person appreciates my hard work.
Lena says, I am tempted by the green and red striped African wedding beads for a holiday necklace.
I don't know that one. Oh, maybe.
I'm trying to think of them.
Molly beads? Molly wedding beads?
Oh. Okay. So, these are mostly sterling charms, some sterling, some bronze.
What other mythological creature should I name?
Lena says, no, I love Bird Girl too. Yes, the Molly drops.
So 2 people.
2 people.
Oh.
2 people. So here we have a little butterfly.
I wish I could play memes for you all.
With bronze moons, bronze crescent moons. This is in the online store currently. I'm showing you these charms / pendants. Any of these could be pendants as well, because they're in the online store already, and they're great gifts. They're great gifts. They're ready to go pretty much. You just add a necklace, or if somebody already has a necklace, add a chain. If they don't, you can add a piece of silk. We have silk in the online store as well. You can also put them on, on a bracelet, a charm bracelet. So these are easy, great gifts. These are high quality silver and bronze pieces. Beautiful, beautiful pieces. Let's see here. Bonnie says, I have that butterfly and love it. Thank you. Anne says, love the bird girl too. It reminds me of my opal girl.
Oh, thank you.
See, people like your stuff, Andrew.
Thanks.
He's always down on himself.
No.
He says, nah, not really. We know there are tons of people out there who love bees. So I like a bee too. I'm surprised you didn't do a bee pendant.
Oh well.
He says, oh well.
Maybe next time if you're lucky.
So this is a honeycomb in silver with a bronze bee in the online store. You can search our charms and pendants collection to see all of these and a lot more than I'm going to show you today. But I think these are wonderful. Like I said, this on a simple chain would make just a nice little gift for somebody. Maybe you have some teenagers in your life that might like these. I would like them. I was just saying that I would like this in my age too, but teenagers also are sometimes hard to buy for. And, sometimes they like just little pieces of jewelry, especially now. We've seen a lot of kids coming in with simple jewelry. Very simple. Chain and a pendant or chain and a little charm. So it would be a good time to get something like that. You can also get yourself a gift. It's okay.
Yeah, I know. Treat yourself.
Andrew's like, why do I gotta be a teenager?
I know.
So I can treat myself.
I can do what I want. I'll wear 10 pendants.
So
you want to make a bet?
This is a crescent moon with bronze stars. Crescent moon in silver. And these are generally sterling silver with the bronze crescent or the bronze stars.
I do what I want.
He says, I do what I want. I do what I want. And these are sterling, but these were also bought a while ago, so we got a good deal on these.
If this is not the price you can get.
I think this one is $24, I think, online. This would be a lot more now.
Plus, some of them, they stopped making the designs. I was like, what?
I know.
We went through there, and they were brutal. I was like, how you gonna get it? You just made this.
Not afraid to be brutal.
That's also why there's $5.5 million business this year. It says, what?
$5.5 million business? Whew, I can dream of that.
No, they dreamed it and did it.
I know. Took them a while, but they did it.
Yeah, they didn't just only one time there's 5.5 million. That's like every year.
So this is again sterling silver, Pegasus. This one is plain on the back, but does have the 925 stamping. Sterling silver Pegasus charm. Suzanne says, I've heard that pearls will be harder and harder to find because of environmental changes. Have you heard this?
Yeah.
Yes.
They already are.
That's why we like the vintage stuff right now.
Biwa pearls are pretty much no more. Them ones that look like a chicken foot, unless somebody else is making them now.
Pretty much no more.
A lot of times when people say, the thing is that there's like a lot of back stock, so it may not show for years.
May not feel like it for a while.
But eventually that supply runs out. But they also don't reveal everything all at once because then it artificially decreases the price.
Mm-hmm. Next up, this little moth with the crescent moon. So it's in sterling with the crescent moon in bronze. And I believe this one is 27, if I'm correct. Suzanne says, okay, thanks. Glad I'm buying from you. Yeah, as long as we have them, right? As long as... Me too. I didn't really actually used to like pearls until we started to have a business. And the more and more I saw them and the more and more I was around them, the more I loved them.
I always love pearls. So there.
So there.
Shut your pie
He says,
hole.
I'm better because I've loved them longer.
Correct. We go way back. OG appreciation.
Back to his grandmother's stories.
I know. Apparently, my grandma on my mom's side used to travel around the country, the Philippines, selling jewelry. I was like, you didn't think to mention this? Like, we started selling jewelry around the country?
Right.
Like that, or just like basically living with basically probably a reincarnation, repeating the cycle.
So, again, we're showing you these charms. They're already on the online store. I should switch this to here. AllegoryGallery.com. You can search for these in the online store. We have a huge charm selection. Charms and pendants. If you look at that collection, you'll see the huge selection we have. And they are available to ship immediately. Here's a triple rabbit design. Triple rabbit in sterling.
What's that called?
I don't know. I was just about to ask you and see if you knew.
It's not trifoil.
It has a name. Marianne, you still here? You know? Marianne usually knows those things.
Lennis might know.
Lennis might know too. Lennis is watching today. If they're still watching, I don't know. People aren't saying too much. This is the time. Don't let this be the time you zone out, y'all. This is the stuff that's for sale. So don't zone out now. Zone out during the talk. Triquetra.
Never.
Triquetra, says Marianne.
Oh. Is there a word for bunny? Hair? Tri-hair?
Trihair. Little pine trees or spruce trees in a forest.
Let's fact check.
Fact checking me.
I was looking because there's a sequoia that I love.
Oh.
And they're slightly different.
He's checking me. He says, no. He likes to prove me wrong.
No, you're wrong.
He says, no, that's a sequoia.
If you could make me $1 million, I would never say anything.
If I make him $1 million, then he'll never.
I will not say anything. I'll just go along. Did you see that meme? There's like when a billionaire gets caught cheating, and then woman she pretends like she's blind all of a sudden.
No, I did not see that.
Oh, yeah, pretty wrong.
They also look like redwoods. Maybe. Could be. Who likes a hummingbird, though? I do. My mom loves hummingbirds. My mom and my aunt put out hummingbird feeders every year, multiple, and my mom gets hundreds, well, maybe 100 hummingbirds.
We should put feeders out here. The only thing though is you have to keep on top of it.
Yeah, you do. My mom changes hers like once or twice a day.
We don't have the steady water supply, so that's problematic. But when we put the hanging baskets, there were hummingbirds that would come.
Yeah. And
then they're like, what the heck is this?
Marion says it doesn't refer to the hairs, just the triple symbol.
I want a triple hair symbol. What are words for that?
It says be more specific.
Was it?
Huh?
What you said it was called?
Triquetra.
What's a Triskella? Am I making that up?
Maybe.
I don't know.
Susan says in Eastern traditions, the triple rabbit design represents peace and tranquility. Jen, I'm at the shop right now waiting for Aiden. I love the earrings at the table. I don't know what earrings are at the table.
My enameled one, could it be?
Oh, your enameled ones. Yes. Those shine different colors in different light.
I tried hard, y'all.
I couldn't figure out some of the colors, so it stopped me getting them all done. Teresa says, I collect hummingbird things. I have 2 hummingbird feeders.
Yeah.
Bonnie says, try buns.
Tri-buns, that's cute, except it sounds pervy a little bit.
What?
Tri-buns?
Suzanne says, that's the rat circle.
Nah, I don't want it.
Lena says, that's the triple spiral one.
Oh, I don't want no rat circle. Not at all.
Similar things, the Triskella and Trisketra.
Hey,
Or
I'm thinking
Triketra.
of making this. I don't know who made this, but I got this on the internet. And I'm thinking of cutting that out in metal and making that.
What is it?
That how do they call that? That Welsh one where they take the horse skull and then they chase the people and then they get into rhyming battles. And if you lose a rhyming battle, you have to drink or
We were
something.
just talking. Where were we talking about that?
At Christmas party.
Was it at the party? I couldn't remember if it was one of these lives or the party.
It could be. It's like the same thing.
I know. So this is a little moth or butterfly. I think it's a moth because it's got the very thick little antenna up here. So that's available. That's in sterling. I need to keep moving. I don't need to talk so much about each one, right?
Why not?
Because I got a lot to get through. And you want dinner?
No.
He says no.
Work to do anyway.
He's got work to do. Yeah, I got to take the stove apart again.
Who are you?
I know. Come on.
My cats.
How about this? A little oak tree and acorn. Oak tree leaf and acorn. Boy, these are super small. Hopefully you can see them. I can't zoom in any further. Sorry I could. Wish I could. Sorry I can't.
It looks great, y'all.
It looks great, right? Sterling silver, leaves from an oak tree, and
If you want a
acorns.
closer picture, it's online. You can zoom in as much as you want.
As much as it'll allow you.
Yeah, you can get real close.
I did notice too, in our online store, if you're looking on a desktop browser, the picture is pretty small. So the trick, if you've never done this, is to resize your window. If you resize your window to a certain point, that picture will blow up and get bigger. It's really weird, but if you resize your browser window so it's not totally big, it will resize that picture so it looks bigger. You can always zoom in by putting your cursor over it, but if you want the picture bigger, just resize your browser window and it forces that picture. There's something in the template setting. It does it.
Shopify?
Yeah, in the Shopify. So if your browser window is really big and you resize it smaller, you'll see that window, that picture will blow up at one point.
That's probably to keep it mobile optimized.
It is. And the mobile optimized version is bigger than the desktop version, which I don't know why. But Marianne says, I have this one, the acorn. Teresa says, I got my package today with the sets of beads, the bird pin, and the Egyptian pendants. Nice. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, I hope somebody buys a tent so we can afford salsa. Salsa. We're basically going to be like those telephones. They don't shut up until they get enough money.
Is that what we're turning into?
I guess. Eventually, we're going to have to go on TikTok. You know what? There are people like, oh, I hate that they make people dance. You know what? They've been making people dance for money for a long time.
Right.
What's that, Jerry Lewis, when he had all the little kids with like, the special needs and he was making them shuffle? We watched a clip of that from the old times. I was like, oh my gosh, what are they making these kids do?
Here's a little paw print. in sterling. Suzanne says, still making goodies from my package. Good. Y'all have been making really great things. The design challenge group is starting to get popping with nice things.
Suzanne gets bonus points. She's been really active.
Uh-huh.
Donna, too. I don't know if Donna's watching right now. She doesn't always watch the live anymore.
Yeah, but y'all are doing great work out there.
Yeah. I also like Norma's swag picture. That was nice.
Yes.
Definitely I'm thinking nice. Of going to Kentucky this weekend.
Andrew's just going to up and go to Kentucky. He's got something there he wants.
There's a hydraulic press, y'all. My long cherished wish. And it's like basic. I was wondering if it's a scam because it's so cheap.
I know.
I was like, am I going to get shivved in like a trailer park? I don't know. I looked it up on the Google Maps and I was like, I don't know. But I also maybe think that they bought a storage unit and maybe it was in one of the storage units. And then like this thing.
So this is a sterling silver pair of pliers. Who doesn't love that? That's so cute.
Who do you know who makes stuff who would like that?
I know. Lots of people. Lots and lots of people. Okay, let's open up another bag. Norma says you need to come to Kentucky, Andrew. This weekend.
I'm gonna stay at your house.
At the worst weather coming.
Oh, perfect.
The cold coming across the nation. Andrew's going on a road trip.
Perfect.
Andrew's already making himself at home at Norma's house.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, have to cuddle. So warm. In the cold time.
This one I love. It's the bear.
I don't know how close it is to May's house.
Bonnie says, what are you needing a hydraulic press for? We sell them.
What?
Bonnie Francis selling the hydraulic presses.
Metalwork, what you doing?
He has a lot of dies he's been itching to use.
Is it? But I have learned that there's differences in hydraulic presses. So, like if you have like the one that they sell like at Harbor Freight, that's how you end up with no eye. Because it's not designed for that. It's too big. But the one is more compact and then the springs are covered.
He's looking for a 20-ton. And I think it's 20-ton, 10,000 PSI. Desktop model is what he's looking for.
Yeah, because I don't need a great big one.
The big one we don't have room for.
Also, it's wobbly. Maybe you can reinforce it if you're crafty.
Yeah, some people have. I was reading reviews about it.
Yeah, there's people who do that. And the one dude I took a class with, Everett Hoffman, he fixed the one at Touchstone. I don't know if he fixed it enough so that it wasn't broken, but the one at Touchstone, they overextended it. Somebody had overextended it. And so it was broken. You couldn't use it. And so you kind of put it back on track. I don't know if you can use it again, but...
Susan says, I like watching bear videos on Instagram. The little bear. I know, right?
Bear.
And Bonnie says, okay, we sell lasers too and brake presses.
For what?
What kind of things do you sell, Bonnie?
I didn't know you.
How come you never said that? How come you never told us, Bonnie? This is a moose in front of a forest, in front of a bronze moon. Or maybe a sun, but it looks like a moonscape to me.
So there's a movie, I don't know if it's out yet. Elizabeth Banks is like the producer or whatever. And the reason why I'm talking about this is because two things. Somebody said that they like watching bears. Number two thing is that that the person, it's called Cocaine Bear. And apparently the person's name is Andrew Thornton. And so I have this thing called Google notifications, so I get an alert every time somebody mentions Andrew Thornton
on
the internet. And this movie is coming out. So all of my alerts are about basically drug dealers who are using bears as like mules or something.
Oh, good Lord.
And then people are apparently they love this movie. So
Norma says, ooh, I collect moose things. See? We got hummingbird collectors, moose collectors. Get these charms, y'all. What are you waiting for?
Everyone is a housewarming present when I go to your house
When he comes to stay with you.
in a couple of days. I need to make money though first.
Yeah, he does.
One was like,
I'd love to say we have the money for this, but we don't.
hydraulic press. It is so cheap though.
It is. I wish I could just say yes. Normally I would. I'm usually a pushover. But
No.
we are tight. We are like wringing out the washcloths, people. He says, I don't like that talk.
No, I don't like money problem.
Money problem talk?
That's like Little House on the Prairie. I hate that show. He was trying to watch it. I said, you need to turn this off immediately. Because I said, they're like Little House on the Prairie. It's called Money Problem on the Prairie. Yeah.
Jen says, my last delivery here in Ligonier was G. Thornton, right down the road from you.
Who is that?
G. Thornton.
Who said that?
Jen.
Jen.
She does the delivery.
Oh, it's not me.
It wasn't Andrew.
My secret.
We don't pay for delivery.
No.
Can't afford to
Hey,
pay for
Jen,
delivery.
do you know where they sell
For those of you who like bears,
Mochinko.
rice flour, mochinko,
I'm about to order on the
white
internet.
rice flour, not brown rice flour, white rice flour.
I know. It's
Anywhere around here, Jen?
Oh
Jen
my
goes
God.
to all the grocery stores
They used to sell it. I used to make babinka all the time.
all the time.
All the time. Once every 3 years.
Nature's way, says Jen.
Oh.
Where's that?
Greensburg.
Oh. Bonnie says, check out our website, fabricationamerica.com.
Oh.
We will. She said Trader Joe's, too.
That's too far.
Trader Joe's. Too far. So here's another bear in this form. If you like this, I kind of like this shape myself. Sorry, we're just talking more than talking about the stuff, but you can see it, right? And the sizes and stuff should be, hopefully, on the website for most of these. Jen says, fun trip to State College.
Oh, you go to State College for Trader Joe?
Yep, she goes up to State College for the college kids.
Oh.
She gets lots of orders up there.
Mm.
And they tip pretty well, apparently. Which, who knew? College kids?
They wouldn't put their student loan.
Right. Wegmans. Yeah, Wegmans up there.
Yeah, they used to sell Mochinko here, but they don't sell it anymore.
She says rich folks. She's going up to Toff Trees.
Huh?
Going up to Toff Trees for those rich folks.
What's Top Tree?
Toff Trees. It's an apartment complex
I don't know what that is. Oh.
in State College.
Mm. I'm making a mix to help fund our Tucson extravaganza.
Suzanne says, I have that charm. Very nice. Yes, the bird skull charm with the flower or the leaves around it, stems around it.
Boring. I saw that show Wednesday.
That show was good.
I liked it. Hopefully they make another season. All the people sound doubtful, like they're gonna not make it again.
Oh, really?
Huh?
I thought it was sounded like they were going to.
I love the actors because I read it after and they're like, oh, if we get another season. They all sounded doubtful.
Toff Trees, Jen says, gets triple clap. Right? I used to live up in Toff Trees. I was not rich. And they were unfurnished apartments and never got very furnished.
That's called youth poverty.
Yep. It was a nice place to be because it was out of the general college crowd and out of the craziness that went on, but didn't get much furnished. But it was nice. It was a nice place to be because it was quiet, and I like quiet spaces.
I commented on one of our friends. They showed a picture of their apartment. I said, wow, it's like so clean and minimal looking. And then they're like, yeah, it's called poverty.
Oh, it's like, I hear ya. I know that feeling.
Our house doesn't look like that though.
No, not now.
No, our house is like hoarder's delight.
Not quite hoarder's delight.
It could be.
Let's not give the wrong impression.
Mm,
It's not quite terrible.
it's, if you have cool stuff, it's not bad.
Yeah, but hoarder's delight sounds like you're going to be on the Hoarders TV show.
I would fight the people unless you got a lot of money to the aftercare. Because they always mention aftercare. I was like, how much is the aftercare? Because if they had that one Hawaiian lady, they got rid of her fabric collection. She was a crafter and she's like crying and stuff. And I would be like, if somebody was like, you had to get rid of your beads, we're going to have a brawl.
This is a little snake with some roses. Or at least some kind of flower. I think they're roses. Suzanne says, I love Momentum Mori charms.
Me too. You know what? Oh my gosh. They would make good TV because they'd be like, look at Andrew fight. Look at this little scraggledy dude fight them.
He's going to fight them. He's going to fight them for his stuff. Yeah, try and take away Andrew's stuff. Go ahead.
I know.
See what happens to you.
Watch what happens. This one be like Bravo. That's the tagline.
We got one of these left. This is a skull with mushrooms.
It's going to be a new reality.
Skull with mushrooms in sterling.
It's like that Mexican Gothic. Did anybody read that? Or am I the only one? I like that book.
I've never read that. But I don't read much.
I listen to book on tape every day. But I'm listening to a really long one. I had to turn. Okay, so Barb came this morning. She comes real early, y'all.
8 a.m. everybody. 8 a.m.
It's like 7:30 in the morning. But anyway, so she came in, and the elves were getting up to no good. I was like, Alexa, stop! Alexa, stop! Stop!
What kind of filth are you listening to in your morning time?
Basically, she took your place, watching me at an inopportune time. She must think that I'm like the most antisocial person because, like, when I get in the zone to work, I'm not how you call social.
No, he's not. So if you can't see this one, it's a cat with a moon and 2 crescent moons as well.
Yeah, like when I'm in classes with people, sometimes they're like, I thought you'd be more friendly. I was like, well, I'm
He's
learning,
not.
so no.
He's not.
No. But also when you...
So I'm not here to make friends.
No, I do, but after I learn stuff...
Suzanne says, I've read Mexican Gothic.
Did you like it? Or was it too weird?
Susan says it's on my to-be-read list.
Did you like it, or is it too weird? Like, is it too much of a stretch? I liked it, but...
This is one of my favorite charms of all time, the mouse under the mushrooms.
You can have it.
I love it. It's one of my very favorites that we have. Andrew's like, yeah.
No,
Suzanne says it was okay, not my favorite.
It was alright. I liked it, but it was a little bit weird. But if you know what? There's actually science behind it, which I thought was pretty wild. I read an article about the book, and they talked about the scientific aspects of it and the mycelial network. And they have this Paul Stamets, and he's talking all about how things are connected and how the mushrooms are connected. And then also,
here's an amphora.
Huh?
Amphora charm.
He's like, back to what we're doing.
Let's talk about what we're actually trying to sell a little bit too. Bonnie says, my blind grandma used to listen to her dirty books on tape at our cabin growing up. We all laughed.
Well, that's basically like me. Sometimes they just enjoy each other's bodies. You know?
Uh-huh. A lot of times is what it sounds like.
The thing though is let me just tell you this.
Amanda says to look up mushroom music. It's so neat.
Oh, I listened to that. It's pretty cool. They also have there's this dude from Mount Dora, Florida. He wrote Kingdom of the Fungi, and he traveled the world in search of singing mushrooms, and he found one in India, and then recorded it. But anyway, so this books that I'm listening to, the dudes, they sound so whiny when she writes them, and I'm like, this is not doing it for me. I don't know how all these lady elves is falling for these dudes.
Andrew likes the manly man.
No, I don't like it too much, but not the ones where they're like all crying all the time. And they're like, yeah, you get in a new reality. I don't know.
There's room for all types of people, Andrew.
But it's like 10 books, William. And I was like, boy.
Cacti in the desert, under the moon, or the sun, whichever you prefer. That could be a sun, bronzy sun. There'd be a nice, bright, full sun in the desert. Bonnie says, I like that one. Remember, everybody, I'm not saying much because Andrew's telling stories, but these are all available at allegorygallery.com. And they're mostly sterling with some bronze.
You didn't tell them stuff if you don't like my story.
No, I said it's fine. I like your stories. People like your stories.
Do they?
We got 20 people watching.
Am I offending people talking about how I don't like how they make the dude sound? And it, like when they're side characters, when they're peripheral characters, they're completely fine. But when they're like the main character, I'm like, I got my own emotional problems. I don't need like extra.
If you can't tell, this is a sleeping, curled up cat. Little face with its tail, a little hannies in there. One of those only, I think, left. The curled up cat. Jen says, you should live my life. I have a ton of stories I could tell you about the different walks of life. Delivering to people, I'm sure you do.
One time when I was in New York, no, I won't share that story.
Lena says, you better like the stories because you were stuck together till death now. Ha ha ha. I know, right?
Which one, William?
William. Yes, I have to like your stories.
Well, you picked it.
I did pick it. I picked it 15 years ago.
Is it 15 or more?
15 was this year in September or October, November.
I can't remember.
11/12/07.
It just keeps going.
Amanda says, I enjoy Andrew's stories.
Wow.
Jen says, why just yesterday I had a customer answer the door in just his undies.
I've had that.
She said he was not her type.
Oh, no. Sometimes I think they do that on purpose.
I know, to throw you off so you know you're not getting a tip. Or you don't even...
they do that in case you get enticed.
And no teeth.
Oh, well, that's so in case you get enticed, like you feeling
putting it all out there, saying you can have it if you want it.
That's like those people that like lay in the bed like naked, and then they wait for the housekeeper to come through in the hotel.
People do that?
Yeah, they do.
That's a real thing?
Yeah, it's not just the internet stories.
It's not just the internet stories.
Jen almost got it.
Jen almost got it. Oh, I'm sure there's somebody's type.
Yeah, there's something for everybody.
Right? Imagine if your type came to the door in their underwear only. You wouldn't mind that as much, right?
Who, me?
Anybody. Anybody. Lena says, you made Poopy laugh. Good job, good job. Here's a little cauldron with some moons on it.
That's cute.
Jen says, I believed he lived with his mommy.
Oh, put some both on.
I know. You live with your mom and you're running around in your underwear? How old? Oh. Now, if you say it was like a 2-year-old with no teeth, and that would make more sense.
Then that would be funny. They're ordering on the ordering thing.
Right. Getting it at the door for mom.
That's cute.
That would be cute then, yeah. 50 plus.
Maybe, I don't know.
This is a really
Put some
nice
clothes on
bird.
immediately.
This
It's
is
winter time.
It's winter. Put some clothes on. Maybe it's really hot. Maybe they got those
The radiator.
radiators.
Open a window, put some clothes on, and just run around nickety-doo-dah for the grocery shopper.
I know, right?
I said, they're going to call the police.
Got a nice $2 tip. She said, "See, I told you it's to distract from the tip. No one's going to ask for more money when they come to the door like that. You hold out your hand for more, you don't know what you're going to get."
You won't get a handful of sun. Return to sender.
Return to sender, it says. Return to sender.
You know, I don't think I could be good at that job. Like that. You know, there's some jobs that you can do when you're young, and then there's like jobs you get, and you just couldn't do it anymore.
Like what?
Like I used to work in a restaurant.
Yeah, I can't even imagine.
A lot of stuff.
Can't even
Like one
imagine.
person, their child puked in their hand, and then they were trying to hand it to me, and I actually took it. Which is what you call customer service.
I said the bathroom's around the corner.
Yeah, well, that's a situation that you couldn't get around it. Anyways, I think I've become.
You couldn't even handle hearing about that now, let alone seeing it and touching it.
Well, I've ascended to a new level of SAS Factor 5, and I don't think
a new level of throwing up in your mouth over things.
I know. I don't know why I became so sensitive.
I know. Bonnie says, "Are we getting into bathroom talk again?" No, no, no.
Who said that?
Bonnie.
You like it?
Jen said, "There's a bathroom on the right." Exactly. Exactly. This is a little loving bunny mom with a bunny child, or bunny dad with a bunny child.
Did it puke in its hand?
No, it did not. It's not going to the bathroom either.
You never know, could.
No. No. That's a nice mix you're making.
It's called Painted Desert.
Ooh, Painted Desert. When's that coming out?
By the end of the live.
By the end of the live, it's going to be done. We're going to be able to show you. Are y'all getting tired?
I need to make some Tucson money, y'all.
Are y'all getting tired?
Feeling frantic.
Because if you're getting tired, I can stop. I have like hundreds of charms, everybody.
Keep going. Jerry Lewis style.
Jerry Lewis. I mean, 19 people are still watching, so y'all must like this. This is a carved feather with a sterling cap.
This sounds like Bacos.
Jen says, "I've been tired since I first woke up today at 5.
Who's been up at 5?
Jen.
That's a lot.
That is a lot. I'd be tired too.
I was up.
Andrew was up, but he went to sleep after.
Oh, I went to sleep around 1 o'clock.
It's too cold to go out and do anything else. Therese is just listening and looking. Amanda asks, "Is the new TGBE kit in the magenta colors?" No, the TGBE kit is the first global expedition kit, and it's going to be African trade beads.
I'm working on magenta kit.
And African inspired. He is working on a magenta kit, though.
But magenta apparently is not what you call an easy color for beads.
No.
They don't have like a lot. So.
No. Lena says, "Y'all need to eat, though." I know, I need to eat, but first I need to fix the pellet stove, apparently. So I got lots to do tonight. It's getting chilly, too. Pretty quick. So I'm not going to stay here too much longer, everybody.
Just keep going a little bit longer. I'm almost done.
What's that mean?
Just keep showing them. What are you doing?
Marianne says, "I was tired before we even started, and I got up at 4:40. Too early. Y'all morning people. I know. Y'all got jobs. Probably got jobs that make you get up early. Thank goodness I don't have that too often. Sometimes we have to get up really early. TGBE days, we get up really early.
We get start early a lot. I don't know what you're
Not tired. Also listening to my friend's radio show. He's playing punk and new wave holiday favorites.
That's cool.
Nice. New wave holiday. Yeah, you know who it is.
I know who it is. They had like a new wave Christmas on at Handmade Arcade. I thought of you, Susan.
Susan says, Suzanne, I just saw the Weather Channel news flash. Are you okay? What's going on over there?
She said the weather was bad.
Yeah, I know, but didn't see any news flash. What's going on the news? Something new? What's going on? Suzanne, you still out there?
I kind of feel like we're on like a seance.
Why?
He's like, can you hear me? If you can hear me, leave a sign.
Flash, blink the lights.
No,
If you hear me. Suzanne says, yes, we have power and no tornadoes near us. Tornadoes? Crazy weather.
I don't like the idea of where you live, Suzanne, but then you're always telling us about the bad weather. So
I know, there's so much cool culture and stuff, but in history, but that weather?
that's just for visiting, I guess. I thought about stopping. I was trying to convince Cynthia for us to stop, but we'll see.
Amanda says, my snow warning turned into a freezing rain warning. Oh, great. That's even worse than snow. Freezing rain is like the worst. Snow, you can deal with. Freezing rain, that's hard. Well, that damages things. But driving conditions.
Like a hole through the window, that's worse.
Driving conditions. So this is an eye charm with some bronze stars.
When you playing dodgeball with ice.
Donna says, I work from home. I can watch you showing charms all night.
Donna is watching.
Donna Carames? Carames?
Is that not Donna Mosley?
No, it is not. Different Donna.
Please stay on. Just stay on.
Well, I've got things to do before it gets too cold. So you better hurry over there.
Stop stressing.
Yeah, I saw that, Bonnie. You see the dancer, the Twitch, who was the DJ on Ellen, passed away from suicide at 40 years old today.
So young.
I know. I'm like 40. I'm like, you hope by this time you got things together, but you know that mental illness is not easy.
Especially you think you have money and you have fixed everything.
I know. I always say that, like, my biggest anxiety is money. I get rid of that, I should be happy. But some people can't be. And it's a shame. It's really sad because he seemed really nice on the Ellen show. I didn't know much about him other than that, but seemed like a really nice guy.
So anybody do anything happy that's not sad?
Andrew says, anything happy going on?
You know, we used to ask this question in the DSAC group, what good things are in your life right now? And some people, they said, you know, that helped because sometimes they get stuck kind of in that doom and gloom cycle. And then when they were asked what were the good things, it forced them to kind of focus on those good things. And even if things were terrible, they could find at least one thing that was good.
Anybody like a chihuahua? Chihuahua? Kathleen said, a dancer with a wife and 2 children. Norma says, I was so upset about Twitch. I would have never guessed that he had depression. I was more familiar with him from the dance world. Yeah, I didn't know about him at all from the dance world, I don't think. So, as Andrew asked, anything good going on out there for y'all? Let's think about good things.
Yeah, I was thinking about doing a thing where we read like a motivational quote every episode. You know, just something to think about. So we could it could be like new stuff, old stuff.
Bonnie says, good thing is my blizzard for dinner.
Did you get it yet?
Jen said, my tree is up.
Oh, we didn't I brought the thing down.
I know.
The ornament.
The ornaments. Andrew got them got the ornaments out of the attic.
I don't know how we got that box up there because the box was exactly the width of the hallway.
Same way you got it down, I guess.
I had to do some very awkward maneuvering with my pudenda.
Here's another dog. Lennis says, I won 2 books, a bracelet, and some earrings in a Facebook Insta giveaways. That's good news.
I saw your post. Your post sounded nice. You said that there's a time period in December.
Yeah. My time period, I think I have one of those too. It comes in early fall, and it's always ruined by tax season. Like, I always start feeling really good, and then I got to deal with taxes. And then it goes away. So I liked your post because I feel that way too at a certain point in the year.
I kind of feel like most of the time is pretty good for me.
You're lucky.
Yeah, I think I am a lucky person. Some people, like your dad, they're just unlucky.
Mm-hmm.
Like sometimes bad stuff will happen, but generally speaking, well, I feel pretty lucky.
This is a beautiful bumblebee with that little bronzy fur to make the stripes. I love, love, love this one. I think there's only 2 of these, maybe 3. So if you want one, grab that one. That's a fun one. Kathleen says, I'm listening while beating, and my Bernese is whining because he's being ignored.
I don't know what that is. Dog?
I think that's the type of dog, right?
Like a Bernaise sauce?
Oh, and Jen says, I got new spectacles so I can see pretty things I make now.
That's good.
Yeah, it's always good to be able to see.
Mm-hmm.
That is a good thing. Sight.
Yeah, that's a big thing lately.
Lennis,
They got their eyes done.
Lennis says, I think I'm lucky too. This is my favorite time. Everyone has a favorite season or month, right?
This is not my favorite time of year.
I love the fall, of course. Bernese Mountain Dog, 125 pounds. That's a big dog. That's a big dog. All right, this little cat charm cutout. Cat cutout. I think this is $11 or something like that online. Not too bad for sterling.
What?
What? Suzanne says, I do like this season, and generally we have better weather.
I like spring now. I never used to like spring, but I like flowers. And I like fall because it's beautiful.
Fall is beautiful, especially here.
It like shocks the colors on the trees around here, and just like it will shock your senses.
Shock your senses.
Correct?
Here's an owl in the hole of a tree.
That's cute.
That is cute. Oh, my screen. Sorry, everyone. I hope I don't lose you. My screen went different colors. There we go. It's that time of the day.
Purple?
No, it's just that time of the day. It must be 9. Yep. Well, we missed the grocery store, so I hope you like chips and salsa from Sheets. This fall in Ligonier was absolutely gorgeous, says Jen. Bonnie says, spring and fall are my faves too. Whoa, I don't mind winter. I like winter. I think it's a very pretty time. I was born in the winter, though, so maybe that has something to do with it. And I kind of like the cold. I prefer the cold over the hot. I will always prefer well, I don't know about always. People change. But I have so far in my life, in my 42 years, always preferred the cold over the hot. But temperate is always best, right? Temperate is always best. Okay, so those are those. Oh, let me show you this one more in this bag. I don't think I showed you this one. There's some mushrooms with some stars and a moon in bronze. Jen says, I grew up in Buffalo. I despise the cold and the snow. Andrew grew up in Florida, and he still despises the cold and the snow.
I'm getting used to cold, but snow. I guess snow's fine as long as my socks are dry.
As long as you're, there's how he concerns himself. Are my socks dry? Then it's okay today.
Yeah, he likes to be miserable. You know, little things like dry socks can change your whole perspective.
It's true.
Like if you have a nice warm drink and you're like walking around.
Teresa says, love the mushroom one. I think that's the last one, Teresa. So grab it if you want in the online store before it's gone. Okay, I'm going to show you one more bag, and then we're going to be done. Because I got to fix this.
We're ready. I'm almost ready.
Because I got to fix this stove before, if we can, hopefully, before the cold.
Oh, tomorrow?
Well, tonight. Meaning now.
Do you hear the jingle?
It's going down to 24 degrees tonight.
Do you hear the jingle?
I do hear the jingles. Oops. Look at this death head hawk moth. In bronze. Bronzy, bronzy, bronzy. Norma needs to go. Goodbye, Norma. Have a good night.
See you in a couple days, Norma.
Andrew's going to be showing up on your doorstep.
Hey. What's up?
Is this Friday the Zoom meeting?
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
What's today?
The 16th. Today's the 14th. I also have work for my other job tonight.
Perfect.
I know. I got so much to do.
I kind of want to relax and like, watch a movie and stuff.
I would love to.
I don't think it's going to happen today.
Mm-mm. Bronze. These are bronze ones, by the way, y'all.
The sexy elf book.
The sexy elf book before.
There's a dragon in this one.
Oh, sexy elf dragon.
Yeah, she's concerned. She'll put her like that.
Sexy elf dragon, everybody. The cats will be waiting for you, Andrew, says Norma.
Who are you?
Norma's cats, maybe.
Oh, I thought you were talking about my cat.
Our cats, too.
Our cats are like,
where's my dinner?
They're like,
It's dinner time, Dad.
Nah, they're pretty chill.
Yeah, they are.
They're just not like Paolo and Babette. They would get like ranted.
They liked their dinner on time. These kids, they're like, I'll eat when I eat. I give them breakfast and they just walk away. They eat it throughout the day.
Gilbert's like, I'll get it later.
Gilbert got it today. He was the one who was eating earlier.
Paolo and Babette, they'd be like,
Bonnie says, I have to have surgery Friday, but I may follow along on Facebook instead of Zoom. Yeah, we'll stream it to the Facebook group like we always do. So I hope the surgery goes well, Bonnie.
Yeah.
We'll be sending good vibes out to you. Okay, you ready?
Who's ready?
Let me raise it up.
There's some in here I'm not certain about.
He may pick them all out.
I might. Oh, that looks yuck on screen.
Huh? No, it doesn't.
Oh my gosh, it's so much prettier in person.
You don't see the pinks on screen. That's the problem.
Yeah, and it's like all these like dusty things.
Yeah, a lot of dusty pink colors, but on the screen, pinks don't come through very well.
So it's a dusty pink, lavender, ivory, some pale tan, a little bit of gold. Not gold, but like a gold luster.
Teresa says, OMG, beautiful.
And this is going to be my painted desert.
Painted desert mix. Is
And
it a kit or a mix?
I don't know yet.
He doesn't know yet.
I might sell it in like parts. So I might sell it like a mix, and then you can get the mix. You can build your own adventure.
Build your own adventure kit.
Because sometimes when we do the kits, they get super expensive.
Yeah.
And I shouldn't say expensive. They get more costly. And we've been listening to our people, and they're like, I'm broke. So this is a way I think I might try to do it so you can like build your own kit.
That'd be nice.
So you get a mix. There'll be like a strand lot, painted desert strands, and then there'll be a mix. And what else? I don't know. Something else. Maybe some seed beads.
Jen says, I love the earth tones.
This is inspired by the desert, y'all. I've been walking around with my phone looking at pictures of some of my pictures from Tucson, and that's where that comes from.
Marianne says, my cats snack, but do not like to see the bottom of the bowl.
Paolo used to get,
Oh, if he saw even near the bottom of the bowl.
he would get frantic.
But we don't do dry food at all for our cats now. So they eat wet only, and they snack on it throughout the day.
We need to do something because Gilbert has started to pee on things.
I know.
I think it's because there's another cat that's been hanging around.
Yeah, we're trying to make sure. We got to watch that he doesn't have any bladder problems.
Issues. I was like, please, no more.
I know. Let's just. Lena says those bumpy root beer beads are awesome. These ones, I know. I love these.
The sugar beads.
Sugar beads. They look cool. Susan says like honey and amber. Honey and amber with some pink. With some pink thrown in.
And I'm thinking of adding a little bit more orange. A little bit like a hyacinth color. Y'all know them crystals we're not supposed to talk about? Like that color kind of orange.
Amanda says, my hamsters go into a rage if their bowls get empty. They flip their bowls and stare at me. That's kind of cute.
That's cute, but also I'd be like, excuse me?
Like, excuse me?
Excuse
so that's
me?
going to be called what when it releases?
Painted Desert.
Painted Desert Mix. Luxury bead
these
blend.
ones? Show this one with your hand. Show that. Did that look too much like a cheese?
Like a cheese? I didn't look at it like a cheese. What do you think, everybody, now that he said it?
Like, is there a little mouse going to come around and try to chew on it?
Daniel Tiger eats his wet food, goes to hunt the dry food I hide, and then goes back to lick his wet food bowl clean, then sniffs around for more. That's cute.
He looks like Barnaby, but thick.
Amanda says, they are really cute. I love them so much.
Is it going to be like the Cheez-It mix?
Let me move this back down so y'all can see some of these charms we're going to finish up with.
I thought you already finished.
No, I said I was going to go through some bronze.
I was going to do, this was going to be like the finale.
Oh.
I'd keep adjusting that.
I only am going to show a few more, so don't get crazy. Don't get wild. Yeah, we ain't got all night here. It's getting cold in here fast without that heater on. All right, everybody, I'm going to show you one more, and then we're going to be done. One more, and then we're going to be done, everybody. I just want to show you some of these bronze because they're so pretty, and people look at the sterling. Like, I have a ton of bronze charms here. People always looking at the sterling, but the bronze is beautiful. So don't shy away from getting the bronze. Check out this butterfly or moth. That's actually a moth, and that's a Luna moth.
Whenever I hear the word butterfly, I think of Reading Rainbow.
Flying high. Jen says, do you want the heater from the shop? No, we're good. Thank you. I think I know what I have to fix. And my mom had asked, did that let loose? And originally it had not, but it sounds like it has now. All right, everybody. Teresa says, I love the bronze one. Cinnamon hunts my socks and my husband's undershirts. That's funny.
For what?
Cinnamon hunts her socks and her husband's undershirts.
Who said that?
Suzanne.
Oh.
Cinnamon. You know Cinnamon. Okay, everybody. Woo. All right. So after the pellet stove debacle today, it's now having issues again. So I'm going to go work on it. So thank you for watching. If you saw anything you like, please feel free to go to the website and get it. If you liked any of the rainbow pendants that Andrew did, the psychedelic rainbow cats or owls or mushrooms or birds or skulls, send us an email and you can get in front of the line to purchase those, as well as the Medusa and the Bird Girl. Once we come out with a price for those ones. The other ones are going to be $70 until they go online. Then they're going to go up to $75. We can't give you much of a savings on them, but we can give you a little bit. All right. So thank you very much. Amanda says, I hope you can fix it easily and quickly. Thank you. Me too. Me too.
I got 2 cars today, so I can just go home.
Andrew can just leave me here, he says.
Oh.
Maybe he can start dinner, buy the chipset and salsa at Sheets. He says, I don't go into the store.
Correct.
He's wearing his comfort clothes.
I don't care anymore at this point. I'm with this. Whatever. Y'all didn't see pajamas before?
That's what I say. Because he's always like, do you want to go into the store like that? I'm like, I don't care. I don't care. It's 3 a.m. and I'm going into the store in my pajamas.
Well, the one time you were trying to go in the store was not 3 a.m. And I was like, this people we know.
And I'm like, whatever.
The shop.
Whatever.
Like important people we're going to have to impress.
Whatever. Let's see
but
here.
I am dressed a little bit like a homeless. So.
Anne says, good luck with the stove. Thank you. Jen says, good excuse to snuggle if you can't. If I can't fix it. We're not snuggling here at the cottage, that's for sure. It's time to go home. It's time to go home. So good night, everybody. Thank you so very much. And like I said, if you saw anything you liked, email us, purchase it online, whatever you can do. We appreciate it. And we are saving up for Tucson. So trying to get there, trying to have money to make things to sell there too.
I know. All the materials is way more expensive.
It's true.
Plus, I want that hydraulic press, you all.
Andrew wants that hydraulic press.
Gosh.
And he's got to make some money for it. Even though it's like a quarter of the price.
Oh my gosh. I'm so on fire for it.
I think it's a scam.
That they are going to give me their hydraulic press, but it's been a couple of years now, so I don't know if that's going to happen.
He's going to drive to Kentucky. It's going to be a scam.
Oh, huh?
You better ask for multiple pictures of this before you make the trip.
If it does, I'll just be hanging out with Cynthia.
And Norma.
Yeah, me and we're going to have a conflab.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much. I got to go fix a pellet stove. Have a great evening. Bye, everybody. Thank you.